Hello, today I will be showing you how to use the Manager portal for your InnoTech hosted voice system as a manager for your organization. My credentials are saved here, but you're going to get these credentials from the sign-up email sent from the portal by an InnoTech representative. Just enter those here and log in. So first tab we're going to go over the Home tab, and here, if there were any active phone calls, you'd actually see them active, and you'd be able to listen to those phone calls as well. So it does live call monitoring. It's pretty neat. I'll have to make a video on that one for you guys so you can see that. For off to the side here, we just got some really basic metrics you can explore. If you have questions about them, you can hold over the I, and it kind of explains what this metric kind of means if you're confused. And then this graph down here shows you all kinds of different things. I like to show the actual call volume by day for all calls. And you can zoom in for a week or 6 months, or you can look at the total minutes by day. So we had a really busy day that day. The next tab we're going to look at here is the Users tab. Users tab, you see two different tabs, Users and Sites. So inside of a user, their tab, I'm going to show you that really fast. I'm going to make a different video for creating a user, but I just wanted to be able to see what this is. So I'm actually click on myself here. You can change the first name and last name for a user. The login name always stays the same. It's the extension at the domain. So, and that's just whatever domain you've asked us to set it up as. For the site, add mine in here. It should be in there. I don't use department too much, but I always make sure there's a site in there because the site helps to set caller ID and E911, which is extremely important. If E911 is not set up correctly, you can face some pretty serious fines for that and get in some trouble. You can set up single sign-on if you'd like to, but I don't have that set up for our organization right now, and you can change the voicemail up and down at the bottom. For answering rules, this just shows you where your phone calls are going to ring. Right now, mine ring to my desk phone and to my mobile app, which is that M. That's the Snap mobile app that I will be making a video for and showing you guys. So for answering rules, you can just always have it always forward. You can simultaneously ring to all devices, and you can even add in the user's cell phone if you'd like them to get their calls on their cell phone and not the soft phone app. Or if you wanted to answer someone else's calls, you could do that as well. On the voicemail tab, you'll see there's an option to enable or disable voicemail. You can also create or listen to your voicemail greeting right here in the browser. And this is just how voicemails are delivered. I like to, if you have none, voicemail will just show up on the user's desk phone or their mobile app, nowhere else. You can have it sent with a hyperlink, which is the most secure way because they have to log in to access their voicemail. My organization has MFA set up for email, so I like to have mine sent as an attachment and then move it to the trash. What that means is that I'll get the voicemail in my email, and then it will be removed from my voicemail system. So there won't be nothing I have to delete or go clear out, no notifications, things like that. The phone tab just shows you all the phones that have been registered for my account. Snap Mobile is the soft phone app for iOS and Android. So that's what that one is. This is my desk phone. And then this Snap Mobile you see here is just a phone through the Chrome web browser. So you can actually launch a soft phone right here on your computer. And I'll show you that towards the end of this video. On the Advanced tab, only really two things in here is resetting the user and resetting the welcome email in case the user forgets their information or misses that first email. If we go back to the users and look at sites, sites are how we set up specific bulk information for users. And what's really important about this is E911. So you can't edit a site once it's been done, but you can change the caller ID and change the E911 caller ID so that all their users are having those specific sites. It makes it much easier to manage a bunch of users at once, so I highly recommend you use this. On the Conferences tab, these are just conferences that are set up. They're really easy to do. You just point an external number to one of these conferences and you're done. I'm going to show you how to do that towards the end. You can do it right from inside the settings during the setup process, but it allows you to set a leader pin and a participant pin if you want to limit access to these conference calls. How many people it takes to start a conference. So right now it's 2. So if you called this number and no one else was in the conference, you would hear and just hold music until it was time. Um, we leave the prompt all participants for their name on there though, because that way if someone has to record their name, and if someone doesn't record their name, you have a blank has joined the meeting, and you know that to look in the control panel to see that. The next tab we're going to look at is the auto attendance tab. This is sometimes also commonly known as an IVR. You'll see here that you can set phone numbers to come into it and play a greeting. And then give users the option to press a button and have it be directed to a specific call queue or extension. So these are very basic and just serve to help out with incoming traffic to your phone system. On the call queues tab, this is like ring groups or call queues. It's all rolled into one system in our phone system. So for the service desk, you'll see, I'm going to go to the edit tab real quick here. You see that it's currently set to ring all, and if you are curious about what these other ones do, just hold over the I, and it will tell you what it does. If you want a direct phone number for the queue, you can just select the direct available phone number, but I like to record these calls and record statistics on it so I can report that stuff later. When you set one up, you'll choose an extension number for it and a name. For the pre-queue options, you can require agents. So right now, I set this to no. What that means is that if a user calls in and an agent is required, you'll have to have users who are logged into this queue receiving phone calls. So that is not a requirement for our system. We don't operate like a call center, so we don't do it that way. You can set the maximum wait for users to answer the phone. Right now, the way that this is set up is it will ring forever. So you can see that as well in the in-queue options. Right now, actually this one, so the pre-queue options, this is just when the user is waiting for a new caller. So if you only have 5 available phones attached to a queue and you have a 6-person call in, this will tell you how long it waits. That person can wait in the queue before another person is available to answer the phone call. So which is where the allow callback option comes to. They can get callbacks, which if you select yes, will allow you to set up people getting callbacks from the queue when the phone's available, or you can have calls forwarded if no one's available to answer their phone call. While users are in the queue, this sets how long the queue will ring before rolling over to voicemail. Voicemail is set up at a different spot, and I'm going to create a different tutorial for you to show you how to do that. It's a little bit more nuanced, but that is how this one's set up here. So if you keep voicemail as yes, then the voicemail is an option for you. The SMS tab, I have not messed with a whole bunch. You can play with it if you want to, and I've got another video coming for that. But for right now, we're just going to skip that. Time frames. These are used to direct phone calls during certain times of the day. So for our business hours, this means that during these days of the week, so these are used elsewhere in the phone system, but this is the place where you define them. So our business hours are from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can make this anything you want to. You can have it be always or specific dates. You can create a static holiday schedule or dynamic holiday schedule or anything like that, but that way you can have it saved in there. These are going to hold. I don't have any uploaded right now, but you can upload any song you want to. Just be aware that songs can be subject to copyright infringement, so make sure you have permission to use the songs that you're using. The inventory tab, probably one of the more important tabs in the phone system. So it's got all this stuff right here. The phone numbers, these are added by your InnoTech representative, so if you need another phone number, just contact them. They'll get you another phone number. But this lists out all the phone numbers associated with this account and where they go. So you can change where they go by clicking on the edit button. You can choose to enable timeframes and select a time frame that you want to use, like business hours and things like that. Or sorry, there's where the rules are. You can choose the available phone number if you want a caller ID prefix. This is handy if you want users to be aware of what option a person has selected in a phone system. So if, like, when I have people call in my service desk, they press option 4, the phone's caller ID says service and then the phone number people are calling from. For SMS phone numbers, it's the same thing. These are just phone numbers that have SMS enabled and assigned to a specific user. Phone hardware are all the phones, the physical phones associated with the account and the extension that they're associated with. Fax accounts, if you have any, will be right here. They can be added by InnoTech representative as well. And then the 911 numbers just shows you what all the phone numbers are and which 911 address they're associated with. So you can change this address, but it has to be verified, and it'll be verified by your InnoTech representative. Finally, the call history tab shows you all the calls for your entire system for however long you want it to. You can actually schedule reports or export. You can set filters, like the user that you want to check on, like if there's a specific extension you want to see. I will type in mine so you can see mine here. Or a specific site, like if you have multiple restaurants, you can type in the restaurant name and have that site be in there. What caller called in, you can call their caller ID right there. And then the date range. So we'll just see mine for today. What you see here is the quality of service, if it was measurable. These are usually for incoming calls, but can be for outgoing calls as well, and it will show you all of the different statistics for that quality of service, which is pretty neat. If there are available recordings, you'll see them over here. You can listen to it right in the browser or download it right away. And like I said, you can schedule reports. If you want a monthly report for a specific user or a specific phone number, you can just make that export, and it's pretty granular, so you can do whatever you need to do here. Last thing I want to show you as a manager user is your own portal. So you'll see up here there's the user portal and the web phone, and then there's my account and messages and log out. So we're going to use the user portal real quick here, which is just the manager portal. If you want to actually get into the real user portal, this is, I know, confusing, you go to your name and hit my account, and it will load up a regular user portal. This is what regular users see who are not assigned management access in the phone system. And there is a separate tutorial for going through all this. They can see their recent call history, there are any messages, chats and SMSs, faxes, contacts, all that good stuff. Users can set their own answering rules. They can help themselves set up Snap Mobile, upload music or on hold, all kinds of good stuff. So if they put someone on hold while someone's called them directly, they'll be able to do that. So, and you can restrict this. It's pretty granular, the permissions. I'm going to make a different video to show that. Let's see here. Is there anything else I wanted to show you today? I don't think so. Oh, let's show you the web phone really quick here. This is the web phone that pops up. It looks a lot like the Snap Mobile app in that you can text from it. You can look at your voicemails, see your call history, and actually make phone calls or text messages. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please check out our other videos on the subject. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us or email the service desk at any time. Have a great day.